fun watch CodesEmpire.
So welcome back to CodesEmpire, my friends. So you're probably wondering what I'm doing today. Well, we've got the Blade 350 QX here, okay? And I've been asked by some, people, hey, could you do a review on it? Now that you've flown this a bit, what's your thoughts? Okay? So here's the amazing box that this Blade 350 QX comes in. Pretty neat box. I like it, It's a nice heavy-duty box. Looks cool, okay? So when I got this box, the whole reason why I purchased this is because, for the pure fact, okay, right here, GoPro compatible. Yeah, buddy, right? Got a GoPro. Why not? I thought this would be an awesome thing to be able to fly a camera up above and see the world in a different perspective, at least for me, and for other people in my family that have never seen, things like that. Minus getting in an airplane, not everybody gets the opportunity to do that. So for me, this was a fun way to have that adventure, that feeling to go flying, okay? To kind of see what it felt like to be a bird. Who doesn't want to fly, right? So I was like, wow, okay. I went to my local hobby store. They happen to have one of these. And I was like, I read a few things on this. I read some stuff on the DJI Phantom. I kind of was like, well, you got one of these, I'll get it. Okay? Well, excuse me. The one thing that I found with this is they were talking, that you needed to have the 2.0 software or firmware in it. Okay? That's what came in this. It was already updated with the new firmware. Okay? But there's not, as far as in the box, there's not a lot of instructions. You got a few things. You basically got to go to Horizon Hobbies website to find out all the stuff you want to find out about this quad. What the different, basically on the back here, this tells you different modes it's in, things like that. Okay. So I went to their website, and of course I read all the stuff about it, read everything, what things were inside, how it worked, how everything functioned. I thought, okay, cool. I understand. Makes sense. So as I'm learning about it, starting to think, wow, okay, maybe there's a minor flaw, but okay, whatever. The first thing I discovered, which they hadn't posted, and I just barely got an email on it, and it kind of blew my mind a little bit, was about the modes, okay? With the 2.0 software and the DX, basically your Spectrum DX5E controller, which comes standard in the box with it, okay? When you read everything about it, basically on your channel 5 setting, 0 is let me rephrase that. Is smart mode, okay? Number 1 is supposed to be stability mode, and number 2 is agility mode. That's how everything's posted on the website. Boy, I'll tell you, I couldn't figure that out for the likes of me, because every time you'd flip it in 0, you get the green light on here. Smart mode. Okay, that makes sense. But I go into 1, and I got this kind of looked like a pink light. Well, later just found out that it's a purple light actually. But I kept thinking, is the agility mode messed up on this? Is it on number 1? I didn't know. I was like, okay, whatever. Well, come to find out, number 1 is not an agility mode. It's an actual photography mode, and it is a purple light if you get it GPS locked, then you have a solid purple light. Okay, makes sense. Interesting. It's kind of cool. It's kind of have that soft takeoff and landing and stuff. So basically you have to really throttle it up before it totally actually leaves the ground. Okay, it's really cool because it is quite stable actually. But at first, because I wasn't going to tinker around in agility mode yet, I'm like still wanting to learn this thing. So I'm like, I want to stay away from that mode. So I go, and of course, number 2 on channel 5, according to what you read online, it was supposed to be the agility mode. Well, it's not. It's the stability mode, which would give you the blue light. Okay, makes sense. Well, so I bounce back and forth between, 0, smart mode, and then go into stability mode and do my stuff. And I had a lot of fun doing that. I will tell you, it's a very fun quadcopter. I enjoy it thoroughly. But I mostly bought it because I wanted to do aerial photography basically, and I've got some other ideas for some fun videos in the future with it. Okay? Little did I realize until just the other day I talked to Horizon Hobby directly about it. Okay? Especially after, which you might have seen, and I'll post a link down below, my mile high crash. Wow. Okay? So I had my GoPro shielded with the copper shielding that it comes with. Had some extra, shield, some aluminum shielding I added, thinking that might help some too, because I'd seen some videos, people talking about the aluminum, that it helped shield RF, basically radio frequency, from causing issues with the quad. So I took it out that day, amazingly enough, flew it around, had a little bit of fun, took it up, and then all of a sudden it kept going up, and I'm like, what's going on here? So I tried to mess with it, it wouldn't respond, so it kept going and going and going and going. Excuse me. So I attempt to return to home. That's when it goes crazy and everything takes off and does its thing. Okay? Somehow my shielding must have not been set up properly, and the camera must have interfered with it somehow. Okay? So it interfered. Caused it to go crazy. It went for about a 2-mile cruise and then backtracked about half a mile before it completely came down and crashed. Okay, which I'm sure you guys want to see. Part of the remnants of what remains. Okay, so this is the top of the shell. It just broke this part on the top. Okay, toss that out of the way. But you can see the landing gear, and then also, where did it? Oh, sorry. And then the one arm, it broke partway. Okay, so it didn't cause a lot of damage. Not too bad. About $100 worth of damage. Whatever, right? So I'm sitting here trying to figure out, get it put back together. Horizon Hobby sends me a ferrite core, because one of the ferrite cores that controls the ESC on that one side that actually cracked, it shattered. It basically crumbled in a bunch of pieces. So they were kind enough to send me out one. Thank you. And I got that fixed and replaced. took it out, flew it. It flew fine. I was like, wow, okay, what's going on here? You know, like I said, I discovered the new modes because I recently received an email about it. It's telling me about the modes. Wow, okay. So I decide, what the heck? I'm gonna throw a camera on. I purchased another type of camera that doesn't produce radio frequencies. My copper shielding was pretty much mangled and destroyed with the initial 1 mile crash. Okay, so I decided to do some aluminum shielding. Come to find out, I guess it's not as effective. Even on a camera that doesn't produce any kind of RF signal, but somehow, and Horizon Hobby knows this because the gentleman I talked to in their helicopter specialist area, he says it actually interrupts the radio frequency for it flying. It just interrupts it. So I'm going to put a video in here with this, and you'll see right now while it's flying. Basically, I start with the camera, I start to fly it, and I'm in stability mode. No, I'm in smart mode, mind you, with this other camera on, and it holds for a second, and then it starts wobbling, and it gets big, and then it clips my tree, and then poof, into the garden, and then the camera comes off, which, you know, into that, and the quad literally launches across the garden about 25 feet into the fence, flips over. Hence, now I've got a little bit of you know, some grass on there. Actually, now I need to replace my props because there's some damage now because of course it hit a metal fence and into that. So, and there's a bit of stress on the props themselves now. You can actually see it in the plastic. You know, okay, now I've kind of banged up a nice body and some props and whatever. I'll put some new ones on. So now I'm in the process. I just found some more copper sheeting with the adhesive back that we're going to be getting here shortly. My wife actually placed an order for me, and we'll get that. We'll reshield our GoPro and give it a try, because basically the gentleman said copper's the only thing that's going to shield it. So I'm going to go a little overboard with it and make sure not only the camera's securely encased basically, but I'm also going to do some steps to kind of coat the bottom, covering it with some copper shielding to kind of ensure I don't have issues again like that. Will I fly my GoPro on it again? No, I'll fly this cheaper camera I've got that still somehow causes issues, like I said, that you saw in that video. But go figure. I don't know. Is it a fun quad to fly? Heck yeah, it is. Would I recommend it? I don't know, guys. I really don't. You know, it's kind of at your own risk. If you want to have fun and just fly it, go for it. I mean, it's a fun quad to fly. For photography purposes, putting on a GoPro or something, I really wouldn't recommend it. You know, yeah, I'm gonna go through some steps to try to be able to do it some more. Will I be looking at a different quad in the future? Yeah. Definitely looking at the DJI Phantom. That'll probably be my next step, and that's probably where I'll end up going if I want to get into more aerial photography stuff. So we'll probably end up going that route. But, you know, it is what it is. You know, it is a fun quad, but I am a little disappointed in Horizon Hobby and not, I guess, doing more testing, making sure things are better with it, whatever. You know, that's just how it is, I guess. You know, I should have done a little more research because, like I said, after my issue, went out there and I saw countless videos of people having crazy experiences like mine. Not quite to the extreme. Most people was able to recover, although there was some stories where they never got theirs back. Their quad went bye-bye and that was gone. So, you know, that's how it is. Sometimes it sucks. I got fortunate. Someone found it and turned it into the police. Thank you again to whoever you are. That was awesome. So, you know, but really, yes, it's a fun quad. Would I recommend it for aerial photography? Probably not so much. I'd probably spend the extra 20 bucks and get the DJI Phantom. It's definitely would be more worth it. But it's fun. I enjoy it, you know, but yeah, it's a little let down. But anyways, hopefully it helps you guys out. And just for a heads up, for if you do get one of these or you have one and you haven't had issues yet, and I'm not going to show you the bottom because, you know, I've got my phone number on there and I don't want everybody to give me a call. Sorry guys, you know, I'm sure you'd love to give me a call, but I did post on here, reward, found me, please call, and then my phone number, of course, thanks Jason. So if it does happen again, hopefully there will be, you know, that person will be able to get in contact with me directly and I can get it back in a timely fashion. So anyways, that is the Blade 350 QX for you, and and that's my review. So enjoy guys, and thanks again, thumbs up, and hopefully that helps you out on making your decision whether or not you want to buy a Blade 350 QX. So until next time, we'll see you guys later. Bye.